Welcome back to another pristine productions here. And I want to big up and shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you for your continuous support. And today we're going to be talking about ever wonder how you can get that low sub end on your kick drums. Well, today we're going to be unleashing the Sasquatch kick machine. We're going to show how you can get your mix pumping. Feel free to subscribe to my subscribers mix and master contest, which you can win a copy of the Waves Complete and also the Akai contact library. Also look up my previous videos that I did, stuff like the Afro Trap Fusion and all that good stuff on my YouTube page. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So here I have a track here. This is my burnout rhythm here. So I'm gonna get into it here. So here is the pulse of the rhythm here. I'm gonna break down each element here. This one is taken from Nina Sky, Move Your Body. And we're going to be talking about the machine here. The Sasquatch kick machine. So let's get right on to it. Here I have the pulse here going. This is from the... I got this from the Roland Cloud here. It's the SRX module here. And I'm adding a little bit of reverb here. Let's add a little bit of reverb. So that's the sound, the pulsating sound that I wanted. Doing a little smack attack there. Now, for dancehall music, you want to make sure everything is balanced. You want to get some good bass line pumping there. Here I have and these are the elements that make up the track. Don't be afraid to do a little harmonic saturation here using Waves LLS. Here I have a second kick here, which I call the knock. So I'm using this in conjunction with the kick drum. So here's the kick drum. And this is coming from the Akai here. This is the one I tell you guys you can end up winning the Akai pop kit here. And I have the snap as well. Now let's say you're not all that tech savvy, and let's say it may take me a while, Ray. I don't know about this parallel compression thing. Is there a plugin that I can try to get away with some good low end and that stuff? Well, there is. So let's talk about the Sasquatch kick machine here. The Sasquatch, as you may know, is a serious beast. Now here we have three sliders here. Here's the the click, and the dry. So the oomph is gonna be adding more oomph. The click's gonna be adding more snap to your kick drum. And if you want that kick drum to be a little more drier, you can adjust the slider by just moving it. Here we have some drop downs here, which this plugin use a sine wave to simulate. There's a tone generator at 50 kilohertz to generate low end. It's something like Normally what they do use tone generators is a technique to create low end, but this one has a built-in synthesis. That's what works along for you. So that's what it's doing. It's like a synthesizer, basically, like a 808 kind of technology. And you can select the different sine wave, different sounds of sine wave you can use to generate the low end. You can adjust the attack, the drop, the round. Here you have some high pass filter, the threshold compressor here. For the trigger, you can switch to using the sample or just using the low end sine wave itself, excluding the click and that stuff. So I'm gonna put that there on the kick drum here. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna bring up the kick drum here. So I have the clap. Now I'm gonna turn on the Sasquatch. Listen to that. Off. And immediately you can hear some real oomph going on there. So let's say I wanted more click. Go ahead and up the click. Let me turn off this snap here. So I can turn down the click. Let's adjust. You can hear more of that kick sound. If I wanted more oomph, I can take it down, I can take it up. And you can see the sine wave changes there. Let's bring it back again. Now, let's say I just wanted the sine wave and not the included click. I can click here on this button over here. And you get more of that low end with the sine wave. Here's a high pass here. I can high pass where the sine waves begin to affect the signal. I could adjust the threshold to give it more attack, or I can back off on it. And here is the dry. It gives you a more defined, drier sound. If I take it down, you just get like the click. And also you have presets here you can go through. Now let's go down to the drop menu here. I can select the different sine waves here. So let's go ahead and go through that. There's one. There's this one. I can choose the amount of sustain. Like if I want a more 808 sound, so just a slider. Now it's hard to sound like a 808 kind of thing. I can tighten up the attack. Right around 50 sounds good. I can adjust the attack. The more softer attack. The drop. The roundness. And you can select the frequency for the tone as well. And you can tune the drum as well. Let's bring it back again once more. So this is crazy, man. You could also use MIDI to input your signals. So going from here, which I had no snap, no hard hit, to this. Sounds amazing. So let's listen in the context of the mix here. Let's turn it on now. I can hear that snap. Let's turn it off. On. The Sasquatch kick machine. Now, of course, you got to make sure when you're building music, you put the elements in so the track sounds full, right? It's like I had another instance of serum here. Let's brighten this up a little bit here. To even give me a little bit more low end feel, combining elements. Sometimes one bass is not enough. Sometimes you got to do a different thing. Let me take off the reverb here. I'm gonna use my own. Now it sounds a little bit fuller. So I make sure I add elements until I feel like the rhythm is full. Sometimes it's less, sometimes more. And here's that special knock I wanted for the dance hall. Just to give it a little more definition here. And here is the kick drum with the Sasquatch engaged. Now let's say, you might say, how can we get this by just using EQs, right? Let's turn off the Sasquatch. Well, we can try a couple of things here. Let's engage the SSL here. I'm going to do some boost here. Let's try about 50. I'm going to boost up. There I'm getting a little bit of weight, about 10 dB boost. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a knock as well, just using SSL here. I'm going to use a compressor. Let's try the expander here. I'm going to use the one from Waves. Let's use the C1 expander. Bring the threshold down and increase, reduce the ratio, which is giving me a little bit more expansion on the sound. Let's try it again. So with boosting a little bit of 50, about 10 dB, and a little bit of expansion from the waves here, I'm getting a pretty much nice bottom end. Let's turn on the Sasquatch. Increase the ohm on the Sasquatch. Sasquatch is giving me a nice round end as well. Let's flip back to the SSL and the expander. So it's a matter of taste, guys. You know, both of them are giving me some nice feel. Let's try around 60. Now let's turn on the Sasquatch here. So I'm getting a little bit more knock on the Sasquatch side. When I'm using the waves, I'm getting a natural oomph without the knock. This can still work as well. So what we learned today is that if you want a quick solution or a quick bottom end with some knock, the Sasquatch kick machine is the way to go. You can get more oomph, more click. In my case, if I didn't use this, I would have to probably use like another sample if I want a little bit more knock sound and tune that sample manually. But Sasquatch kick machine does a lot. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Remember to support my page, and I'll catch you on the next one.